Alright guys, so today we're gonna be talking about a champion that not many people talk about, and for a good reason. Because even a lot of content creators don't have this champion, and I'll cover some of his missions and I'll explain why. What's up guys, this is your boy Rusian with another Raid Shadow Legends video. So today we're gonna be talking about Marius the Gallant. So this champion is not the easiest one to get, and there are a lot of reasons behind it, and we're gonna cover today because he is probably a one-shot kill champion, and you can use this guy in every single area of the game. So let's just take a look really quick what survey says on the reviews. He's a 5 in almost everything. Okay, he's not that great against the Demon Lord. He's only a 4.9 in there, okay? Not the best champion, I guess. Seriously, guys, this guy is just massive. Okay, Ice Golem Peak, 4.5. So sad, Marius. You should do better. Okay, so let's be honest, guys. The reason why he's so great, first, he's max like nobody in this game, okay? If you're looking for a sign to get a fresh start in raids and become a part of my squad, this is it. Click my link in the description and get a free Karato as well as 3 more epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champion. This is your chance to get Karato for free as well as Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress your accounting raid. So click on my link right now and claim them. Let's take a look at his kit. Let's talk about his missions. And yeah, so his A1 Auric Lance attacks all enemies, has 35% chance of placing an enfeeble debuff for 1 turn. I don't actually think other champions have it. And then A2 Death or Glory attacks all enemies 3 times. Each hit decreases the duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn. Damage based on defense and enemy max HP. On his A3, place a 50% increased accuracy buff and a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 3 turns. Then place a stun debuff on the enemy with the highest turn meter for 1 turn. Finally, grants an extra turn. And I love how raids put like finally, like he does all that stuff and then he go again. And that's on a 4-turn cooldown if booked. Then on his passive, this champion is immune to turn meter reduction effects from enemies and decreased speed debuffs. Whenever an enemy changes form or attempts to decrease this champion's turn meter, counterattacks using this champion's default skill. So every time an enemy changes form, so we're talking about Marius, we're talking about all those mythical champions, he will give a big smackdown. Okay, so like I said, he hits extremely hard. All right, also his HP is pretty decent, attack defense is pretty decent. He has 110 speed, so probably one of the fastest champions in the game, so pretty good. Also his accuracy already starts at 20, what a lot of champions start at 0. All right, so let's talk about his missions. Now, the first thing you guys have to understand is to be able to even go for Marius, you need to complete the Arbiter missions. Okay, now Arbiter missions, as you guys may know, during the Hell Hades competition, Hades I believe got in 2 months, I got in 2.5 months Arbiter, but most people didn't because Arbiter missions, let's be honest, usually you have to be mid to end game only because you need to consistently be able to farm stage 5 on the arena. Okay, because one of the last missions is you need to be able to have 1 of your affinity bonus all the way to level 10. So, and that's usually what takes the longest time. And yes, you may be able to get some easy fights against 1 champion and everything, but it will take a lot of time. And if you don't have the right champions, you will be dropping from Arena 5 back to back, Gold 5. So you're gonna have to be fighting that uphill battle. Now, remember the guys who played on the Hell Hades challenge, we sometimes were playing about 10-hour days or even more, okay? Hades, for example, he was doing like 12 or so hour days. I was in school, so I was doing this and every 15 minutes just clicking refresh and try to get some of those battles. So extremely hard to do. I know one of the players done in about 40 days, but pretty much I saw his video. I forgot the name of the content creator, but he did in 40 days, got Arbiter. But at the same time, he pretty much said it's something he would never do it again. He spent like 12 to 18 hours every single day playing the game. So very hard, and the most if you are free to play. Okay, the average time, not even the average time, I feel the best time I've heard from regular players, it probably was about 4 months to get Arbiter. And that was actually, let's be honest, great time. Okay, so you finish Arbiter missions, and now you can finally go to Marius and Romanto's missions. Now, Romanto, for some reason, I see more information online about his missions, but Marius not so much. So the problem with Marius, this first leg of the journey, the first 60 missions, not too hard. I already completed 10 of them, I believe, 11. So, but the thing is, most of them are not impossible. It's stuff like, for example, clear hard mode stage 1 or higher of Dragon Slayer 20 times. So, and that's why I say you probably need to be mid to end game. I wouldn't even attempt to go really hard before, because you need to be clearing hard mode. Okay, if you can't clear hard mode in every dungeon, it's really nonsense for you to be struggling on those, because you're just gonna be spend resources you may not have. So then after that, you start having some missions like Iron Twins Void, but it still just asks for you to clear stage 1. So the first leg is pretty easy for the most part. You do have to be able to get Immortal Soul Coins, but it's not that many, and usually it's from trading souls. It's not from actually going to the Iron Twins. Then you go stage 5 Iron Twins, different modes. Sand Devil Necropolis, still stage 5, but then it starts going up, because it's gonna be asking stuff that's gonna spend a lot of resources, like earn 240 lesser extracts and 240 lesser oils. So this starts becoming just a resource dump, to be honest with you guys. Clear hard mode stage 1 or higher Spider Dan. So like I said, you need to be able to clear hard modes on the dungeons. If not, you're gonna get stuck, maybe able to clear 1, but then it just goes to a pause. Then Bronze 4 of Live Arena. So pretty simple for the most part. Spend 200 crests on Great Hall. To be honest, if you already done the Arbiter mission, you're probably accumulating some more crests, and you should. If you're not, hard mode again, choose souls from the Soul Merchant. So you can just go and get rare souls, like 2. You just spend 2 on each, so 4 total, 4 coins. Then you go like equip a champion with 2 impulse artifacts. Even if you just get like level 3-star gear, you know, just put in there. It's not asking for you to put level 16 or anything crazy. One of the things is you need to be able to be clearing some of the Cursed City at this point. But let's be honest, if you're able to get Arbiter, by that point you should be able to. Then it starts to get a little silly, okay? But that's pretty much like on more close to the back end of that first part, and it's when it starts asking you to obtain, for example, 1 set of mythical boots from any dungeon. Okay, now this is, I believe that Hades is, or at least for a couple of weeks ago, he was stuck in one of those missions, but I believe it's on the second leg by what he said, and I'm gonna talk about it. And then it starts being clear stage C8. Some of them has to do with like some of those specific ones from Cursed City. It's usually have to do with Scarab King. So as long as you clear, it's fine. Now you gotta remember you have restrictions, so sometimes you may be able to clear 1 week and not be able to clear on the following month. Okay, clear hard mode 3 again. And then deal 6 million damage to the Hydra in 1 attempt, and it's on normal. So, like I said, if you got to even to that point, you have the champions to finish the Hydra, okay? Now let's skip to, so I don't have, so I'm gonna glimpse really quick. I don't have any champions on the second leg, and that's the argument. So the second leg is pretty much like the first one, with one caveat. The problem is it starts asking you to get, for example, I believe it's 4 chests, mythical chests from any dungeon. okay? And that's where I believe Hades was stuck. I was stuck for a while in there as well, until I think a week ago. Because one thing I keep telling you guys in this game, every time you hit a certain mission that you're required to get a specific thing or a specific champion, this thing will not drop. It doesn't matter if you go 1,000 times. I pretty much, like the last fusion, for me to be able to get those the chest armor, I had to pretty much do every single dungeon and every single dungeon divers on hard mode. And you guys know that's the worst way to go to save your energy, okay? So I had to do it. Yes, I wasn't getting enough points for the amount of energy I was going for. I was able to complete the fusion, but I spent close to twice the amount I should be spent, okay? It was a lot, because I could have gone to stage 20, and be able to get kind of mostly the same piece of armor and the same amount of stars and everything that I got on hard mode. Okay, so I was just spending a lot of energy not to get what I needed to get. So, and that's the issue. It starts being more specific, and instead of just one boot, mythical boot, you have to get 2, 3, 4, okay? Also, one of the last missions on that second part, it has to do with, and I would say you guys better start saving a lot of your forged materials, because one of them was being able to create a 6-star mythical piece of gear, okay? So I had to do 2. I used over, I would say 120 that I had saved up for mythical artifacts. And guys, let me just say, I got in the last one, okay? The moment it was all gone, I got the second. I got a bunch of 5 stars, but 5 stars, it doesn't matter. It has to be 6 stars. So finally got, and that's pretty much the part 2. So let's take a look now. I'm on part 3 right now, and let's see how bad it is. Wow, really quick, guys. Oh my god. As I start recording the video, in between changing accounts, we just start on this new fusion. That's crazy. I will make a different video about that, not gonna cover that right now. But let's take a look on the Marius missions. So I just got in. So as you guys see, 0 out of 60. Okay, and let's take a look how easy or hard it's gonna be for me to complete. All right, so first of all, guys, so clear stage 13 or higher, it's fine. I can go all the way up on Iron Twins, but it starts being specific. So 13 or higher of Iron Twins Force. Then after that, send 15 or higher, send Devil's Necropolis 10 times. Not a big deal. Like I said, if you guys got to this point, you should be clearing all of this just fine. Then you go 15 times Shogun, earn 650 clan gold from clan quests. So a lot of times when I see those missions, so I already have picked a couple of them, but if I complete, I will not collect the gold until I get right here. Okay, plain simple. And then clear stage 13 or higher, Iron Twins again, superior oils. So this is gonna become just dumping my energy on this. Hopefully we get a submission for Priest Shard that I have to actually run to be able to get this. Then earn 50 superior extracts, 13 of Iron Twins, so that's pretty much a weight game at this point. Ascend a pair of boots to level 6 of Ascension. Should be easy. The most if you're grinding, Shogun and Sand Devil, those are usually fine. Same thing with Banner. Then you go to clear stage 13 or higher of Void, Iron Twins Void. Win 350 silver or gold crests from Live Arena. Again, at this point, you guys should be at least 4 or 5 golds on Arena, but it's Live Arena. So Live Arena, usually you will be getting a huge amount of crests, okay, as you play. You just need to make sure you're on silver. What means I have to start doing Live Arena, because I haven't dropped from silver, but I haven't played Live Arena for months, so I need to work on that. I sent 4 artifacts to level 6 of, so just dumping resources. Hopefully you're dumping stuff you need. Earn 6,000 Mortal Soul Coins from the Iron Twins Fortress. So I would say in an easy week, you guys should be able to have that. And the most if you hit Void. Clear hard mode 10 of Dragon Slayer. What for me is pretty easy. I send 4 accessories to level 6. So a lot of energy dump, a lot of resource dump. Hard mode of Ice Golem 20 times. Iron Fortress, like I said, if you guys are in that point, you should be able to clear all the way up to stage 15. Stage 19 or higher of Sand Devil Necropolis, what can be actually hard for some players, even at this point. I can clear, but it's a long fight. 19 of Shogun, I can clear all the way on Shogun. So the thing about Shogun, I mentioned that before in videos, as long as you have 5-star, 6-star Awakened champions, you can literally put SpongeBob in there and he'll be able to clear. Okay, I mean, maybe not SpongeBob, but, and please, Raid, don't make a collab with SpongeBob for this game. It would be weird. Stage 15, Spirit, Iron Twins. So everything here, like besides finish on top 5, what honestly a lot of the tournaments people don't even go for, depending on what the tournament is. So if you're an avid player, if you're really going for Marius, you shouldn't have a problem to be doing it. More oils, more clan gold, then it starts getting stupid. Okay, that's where you pretty much start giving up on those missions, all right? Because this will take weeks. I don't care if in 3 days run those dungeons, in every other time I can get 20 mythical artifacts. When I get to this mission, I'll get, let me say, 16 pretty quick. The last 4, it will take forever. Okay, I don't know what's behind. I don't know if they're Gremlins. I don't know if that's Plarian. I don't know if that's code. Whatever it is, you will not be able to get the last artifacts for a long time. Then it goes back to Iron Twins, Soul Merchant, 20 million damage on Hydra, difficulty hard again. You can do all those things. You should be able to get to this point on Hydra. Spend Immortal Soul Stones. Again, sometimes just save them up, okay? Instead of every time you have enough to get Mortal Soul Stone, just don't. Just save up. Just keep it in the background. And then when you get to those missions, you just trade everything. 6 million Soul Stones again. 250 Immortal. Pretty much, I think you guys see where it's going. You're just like literally burning resources. And then in the end, it gets you where obtain 10 mythical accessories from Spider's Den and defeat Amius the Lunar Archon on hard. Now, I believe that's really the one that even people with really good champions, unless the right week, I would say, where they have champions they can use against Amius, should be fine. Okay, that's gonna cause some conflict. Sometimes you may not be able to do in that rotation of Curse City, but the following week, the following month, you should be able to clear. So a lot of times that's what's gonna happen on this case. And then deal 30 million damage on Hydra, 1 attempt. Brutal, I do a lot more than that on Nightmare, and trust me, I don't even have like the gear on the champions and all the RNG and all the speed tune where I will fail on that, okay? So in the most brutal, I do that in Nightmare, way above these points. And like I said, I haven't really worked on my Hydra team that well, something I'm gonna be working on soon, but 30 million, not a big deal. I feel the biggest issue is Amius. So Marius, in the end of the day, Marius is worth it, okay? It sounds so weird because I'm talking about millions and millions of energy you guys gonna be spending, silver, all that stuff, but is he worth it? Yes. Okay, I hate even, let me put it like this, on Arena, even if that's just Marius by himself, I will avoid that fight as much as I can, because I've seen him by himself just wiping out my team, like this. So definitely worth it. It's a lot of work. It doesn't matter if you can clear everything very easy. Some of the requirements, they just take time. They become frustrating because doesn't matter, you're running millions of times and you don't seem to have a single mythical artifact dropping. So yeah, that's pretty much how it is, but like I said, really worth to go for it, okay? Now, one of the other things too that bother me is I feel the rewards are not the greatest. Okay, yeah, you have a couple of things that are worth, but I feel like at this point, if you're going for a champion like this, you should be getting more than 1 Void Shard or 1 Ancient Shard. I feel those rewards are very low. The amount of gems you're getting as well, you get a lot of gems in here, but it's like 50, okay? Arbiter, by the end, you're getting like 100, 150, 300. Marius, 50, and it comes after Arbiter. So that's an issue I have with those. Okay, but not here, not there. Champion's still worth it. Alright guys, so let me know if you have Marius or not already in your account. Let me know if you actually are even trying to go for him. Yeah, let me know in the comments. And as always, I'll see you in the game.